viral, contagious activity is about building individual relationships rather than living in this kind of historic broadcast, let's talk to as many people as possible, ram the message down their throat as many times as we can, be intrusive. It's about engaging. Being entertaining is quite often a good way to be engaging, and giving people a reason to spend time with you.
It's quite inspiring, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen the rest of the day.
It's a debate that needs to keep happening. It would be interesting, I think, maybe to have more people from the buyer side, companies saying what they expect from agencies, because they will ultimately drive. I mean, if they choose to go with big agencies, small agencies, new media agencies, that's ultimately going to dictate. People aren't just going to shift and then hope that the clients come along. The clients have to, I think, come in and start talking to us about what they need and what their consumers are doing and where they feel that they are failing in terms of driving sales and driving brand.
The reason I'm unemployed is that I tried to change the system from within, and it was a daunting experience. Actually, I made some significant cock-ups too, but everybody does in commerce. But I was at TBWA, I was the founder of Bartle Bogle Hegarty, I was the chairman there. I ran Young and Rubicam in London, and then Lowe worldwide, and then a huge chunk of Interpublic. Companies which you're probably not necessarily familiar with in the UK, but Lowe, a direct marketing company called Draft, some very good regional agencies, particularly Mullen, an agency called Mullen just outside Boston, healthcare businesses, and I also managed Conflict. That was my day job.
It's really inspirational to be here, in fact, because you see all these new ideas, you hear maybe problems or things you also which are occurring in our own practical field. We're also, as an agency, trying to get a wider scope on communication. So that way, it's interesting to see all these ideas and see how other agencies do it, and also, of course, hear a bit about the clients.
9 out of 10 adverts on television are just absolutely terrible, and it breaks my heart to see, this amount of money being spent with. Well, we could do something, nice. We could do something good that people would like, rather than, So I think, the first stage probably is to have a very ruthless cull of these of some of the agencies, actually, and particularly the creative departments, who tend to be kind of, a little bit overfed, a little bit overnourished.
In a way, it's fairly informal, inviting a lot of audience participation. So I wish it were all like that. I wish it were all as good as this one, because I'm very happy with it.
Within the next 3 years, $45 billion of ad spend is moving away from above the line. That was a carrot figure. Martin Sorrell, I've seen quoted as saying that within the next 3 years, 60% of ad spend is going to be in what are now called non-traditional sectors.
So it's always going to be a mix of the physical and the electronic. It's always going to be a mix of the monologue and the dialogue, which is why we talk about sequence.